Okay, you guys, so tonight we are having chicken pot pies. So right now I have some chicken thighs that I am boiling. This is how I'm going to do my chicken for my pot pie. So I seasoned it up with, these are my extra seasonings. Somebody said, girl, you need to get some Saison. I have two different kinds right here. Okay, so this is our extra seasoning cabinet. I used some Lori's. I used some Total Season Lori's, and I also put in, I think I put in something else, pepper, and 1 pack of this particular Saison, okay? So I use these right here to season up my chicken, okay? And then I'm gonna put some chicken broth in there. I forgot that. I'm gonna add in some paprika, some garlic, and then some chicken broth. All right, y'all, so listen, our chicken is all done. I'm about to put y'all on the stand, and then I'm gonna show you how to pull it. Okay, first thing I did was I put on some gloves. I like to put on this kind of glove at the bottom and then put on a disposable glove. I have an empty bowl. This is the easiest way to get your chicken off the bone. Take it just like this and just squeeze it just like that. Just like that. Now you can cut it up if you like, but I like mine to have shreds and chunks and all of that. But having on this glove gives you the opportunity to do this without being burned, okay? I'm gonna save the juice that's at the bottom because instead of using chicken broth, I got my own broth that's already seasoned up, okay? So go ahead, and at the end, you're gonna have a whole bunch of chicken pieces like this. Now, some people might not think this is a hard part, but this is the hard part for me, is trying to figure out which size I want to make. Because this is enough for like 2-3 people, for real. This may be an overkill because they're going to be like, we eat chicken pie how many times? I think I'm gonna use this one. Let's get the rest of the ingredients. Okay, I have some peppers here and some celery. Let's cut some of this up. I know some people don't put this in theirs, but I want to put it in mine. And then I have a thing of mixed vegetables. And then I'm going to use this. Usually I make my own, but I don't really feel like it, okay? And then this is the chicken broth juice. You see that juice? It still got some chicken shreds in it and everything, but this right here is seasoned. I'm going to use this right here as my chicken broth instead of adding chicken broth. Okay, right here I have celery, I have an onion, and I have 2 red potatoes. Let's cut this stuff up really quick, and my peppers. Let's do this really quick. All right, I'm cutting them up really small, like this size right here, as you can see. That small right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in my pot because I forgot to cook them down. So I'm going to take these, cut them up really good, and put them inside my pot so that I can cook them down just a little bit, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. Okay, come on over here. Let's put these potatoes on the stove. Just like that. And I'm going to let these cook down just a little bit, okay? Because we don't want them to be like all hard and crunchy while it's in here. But what I am going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of my chicken stock. So I took the chicken stock out of here and put it in here and added a little bit of water to it. Let's just add just a little bit. Not all of it, just that much. Now remember to cover it up because what's going to happen is the heat is going to cook your potatoes, but covering it is going to keep all of that steam in there to make all of the potatoes get nice and soft. Now let's come back over here so we can finish cutting up our veggies. So I already have celery. I'm doing my onion. Then I'm going to do my peppers. And then I'm going to mix everything together. All right, I have my peppers. I'm going to add some onions. And then I'm going to add some celery. And let's go put this into our potatoes. All right. Let's go ahead and add in our peppers, onions, and celery. Give it a good mix. So we're going to cook this down before we add in our veggies. Okay, now I got the veggies. Let's go ahead and cut those open. Now you are definitely able to use fresh veggies if you like. It is all your preference. But what I like about this is I don't have to go through and do all the cuts and all of that. This has everything. It has my carrots, my green beans, my corn, and my peas. So let's go ahead and give this a good mix. Y'all, it smells so good. Baby, it smell good over there?
Yeah.
So go ahead and give that a good mix. And we're going to let this steam down just a little. I'm going to add in a little bit more of my broth. Look at them chunks of chicken in there. Oh, matter of fact, I'm going to just pour the rest inside the chicken. And let's go ahead and give this a good mix. Okay, so now that we have this all cooked down, kind of slightly, because remember, it's going to cook the rest inside of the oven. Y'all, I didn't even turn on my oven. Put it on bake on 350, just like that, okay? So now that I have my veggies cooked down enough, I'm going to go ahead and reincorporate my chicken. Here is my shredded chicken. Let's go ahead and put that back in there. Now remember, you can even buy chicken that's already done. Like you can buy, I was going to get a whole chicken and just pluck it apart, but they didn't have any, so that's why I had to do my own chicken. But you can use any kind of chicken. You can use shredded chicken. You can use, matter of fact, if you have this, you can even use this. Chicken breast, cans of chicken. It's all up to you. Add in whatever you like, subtract whatever you like. It's all your preference. Make it yours. Okay, so now we're going to add in a little bit of whipping cream. I'm going to also add in some more water. So I have a cup of water right here. I'm just going to add in a little bit more water. And then I'm going to add in a can of cream of chicken.
My people usually buy them, we're able to show up, so I'll just pass them out around town. I got you. Hey, look, we'll be on this road for the next several weeks. Well, at least next week or so. Nah, I can make a few stops by. Yeah.
Just, oh,
Some
it
Christians seem
smells
to be
so
in a perpetual
good.
struggle with Jesus because they're trying
Now
to
let's go
dictate
ahead and
terms
add
of their
in our
disciples.
can of chicken, cream of chicken. Now you can also add in some water. That's why I didn't use all of my water. Add in a little bit. Give that a good little swirl. Add the rest. Give it a good mix. Okay, so at this point, you want to give it a taste, y'all. I'm smiling because Deani said. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a taste. Don't really taste the potatoes because they might not be fully cooked through just yet. So. This is really good. Try it out. Let me give my husband one of his food.
And you'll see that in explosive or blast incidences.
Y'all gotta get these little cups for your husbands to be able to taste it.
You also have the adjacent blocks going southbound that also have blown out windows.
All right, and then we're gonna get ready to put in the thing. Now you can let it thicken in the oven, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some extremely hot water. You can see the steam coming right there. You see that? And some cornstarch. Add a little bit of chicken broth powder, and that's it. Okay, so now that I have my thickener, let me slide this over here. Look at that, y'all. Look at it. It looks so good. Now that I have my thickener, I added in, it looks white, but it's actually yellow. I added in my broth. And now all I'm going to do is just pour it in here. And that cornstarch is going to help make this nice and thick, okay? And I added in the broth because what happens is when you add in the broth, it makes sure that you won't lose your taste. Because the cornstarch and the water, it almost can taste like, I don't know, like flour. So you want to make sure that you still have that consistency. So let's go ahead and look at it. Let me get y'all up close and personal. Closer than close. All right, so when it comes down to this right here, it says that you're supposed to put it in the bottom. It comes with 2 of them. You put it at the bottom and you turn your oven on 450 and you let it cook for 10 to 12 minutes. So you're cooking the bottom crust first for 10 to 12 minutes, okay? And then let me get this open. Then you're gonna take it out, put your mixture in. After you put your mixture in, then you're gonna cover the top with your other dough. And then you can put your slits, you can decorate it, you can do what you want. We're gonna make ours look jazzy, okay? Yes, because that's what we do. We have fun with our plates up in here. So you go ahead, be soft because you don't want to break it. And then you just want to put it in here just like this. I brought 2 packs, so it's perfect. If you need to stretch it a little bit, just go ahead. Just like so. Once you get your pan all lined, and I had to use 2 of my pie crust, so you want to take and stick holes at the bottom so that it can breathe through, just like that. And then we're gonna put it in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, the alarm is going off, so let's go ahead and get our. Get it? Let's get it out the oven.
You are all included in his love. But Ephesians 1 tells me that God included me, selected me to be holy. The inclusion of God is a call to consecration. The inclusion of God is not a call to affirm your life as you want it.
Okay, it says to let it sit for about 5 minutes. I'm going to use this as like a scooper. I'm going to taste this one more time to make sure it's right with the Lord.
Don't let these intellectual devils make you lose this.
Yes, Lord.
Don't let these university professors make you lose this understanding. Because they're trying to taint your convictions. They're trying to make you listen to me. They are trying to make you establish yourself as in this room.
Take your egg.
Here comes the bride, all dressed in white. He's making his bride ready. It's called sanctification. He's making his bride ready.
Yes,
He's getting
Lord.
his people ready for the end of all time. And so the final judgment is defined in the Bible as the day of the Lord. Joel 2 verse 1 to 11 describes it as a terrifying day. It is a day where the earth will receive of its consequences.
Thank you.
Zephaniah 1 verse 14 to 18 says, neither silver nor gold will be able to save them on the day of the Lord's wrath. That means that now I can prophesy to the you right now. God ain't just going to get you right now. There's a day that is going to come where your billions are going to stand before him and melt like wax in the presence of the Lord. You're going to have to prophesy to the corporate CEOs and tell them, to the capitalists, and tell them that you're going to be accountable for how you use the power works. Don't you want to show him that grace works? That's what judgment means for the righteous. Judgment means that I'm going to show God that he works.
Ready?
But your head is higher than his. Your life is higher than his. The way you think is higher than him. I want to show him. There's a statement that many emerging worship leaders use now. They say that the Lamb is worthy of the reward.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and cover the top
Let me make this very, very clear.
with
Are you okay?
this,
Listen, we live in
and I have another one, so let's cover it up.
You do not need to be afraid of not scaring people. You're not going to watch sinners, you're going to watch violent movies. Let me make this very clear. They got that all from the book of Revelation. We need to tell these people that judgment. Let's not die touching his glory. Come on, let's not try to help him. Let's try to push. Hallelujah. Carry this ark. Carry the word. Carry the truth. Carry the glory. Carry his presence. Just carry it. To condemn the world, but to save the world through him. That means that the first coming of the Lord was a beginning project, not a final project. Remember, he said, it is finished, not I am finished. That means that Jesus came to deal with something very specific. It was a salvific work. That's why there is a second coming, because he's not finished. He said, it is finished. He was dealing with the sin nature, its consequences, and its stronghold. He came to deal with that on the cross. But the Bible says in verse 18 that whoever believes in him is not condemned. Oh, glory to God, honky dory. If you believe in him, you won't be condemned. But there is another.
Okay, this is what it looks like now. We're going to keep it on 450 and we're going to pop it in for another 12 minutes.
say that they're struggling. It doesn't say that they're weak. It doesn't say they need therapy. It says they hate life.
Okay, I was gonna wait to take it out, but I'm starting to smell it, and it's starting to brown really good. So I think I want to get ready to take it out, especially since I had it on for something. But look at that. Ooh. Look at that.
Their role is to shepherd you. I'm here and I'm
Yo.
I'm manipulatable. I know that this is the call out generation, but let's call out your gullibility first. Many of you are deceived, but many people in the world are deceived because of what they want.
It smells amazing.
So Germany at the time elected a literal Satanist. And I don't have time to go into all the details concerning Adolf Hitler, but the Nazi regime was one of the worst political to sacralize the Nazi regime. Because Satan knows where the power is. The book of Isaiah 14 says that I will establish my throne above the heavens. Satan is always looking for the location where God is.
Okay, y'all, so my husband said he is ready for his dinner, so I'm going to make his plate. He is making him some homemade bread, so this is leveling. I forgot what it's doing, but you know what it's doing. If you're a bread maker, you know what it's doing. It is time to eat. Y'all, he said, lightly. Does that look like a little bit? I don't know, but it's good.
He says he called her a few days before Thanksgiving to arrange for her to watch the children.
It's good, but it need to be warmed up. Y'all try out the recipe. It's really good. It's really good. It's enough salt.
Yeah.
Try it out, y'all. All the instructions is listed below. Well, no, it's not.
You got it in the cookbook?